The stock of the day is brought to you by IG, Australia's #1 CFD provider. Trade over 17,000 markets with extended trading hours on key US shares and competitive spreads, all on an award-winning platform. Get started at IG.com.
Let's get into our stock of the day then, and it is one that's made news today. Telix Pharmaceuticals, the biopharmaceutical company flagging advancement in clinical studies for a prostate cancer product. It says the first part of its prostate global study has achieved its primary objectives, namely no adverse drug combination interactions, as well as what it calls acceptable safety and tolerability profile. And in fact, City analyst Laura Sutcliffe saying the phase 3 prostate global part 1 safety run-in data for its product in metastatic CRPC appears in line with expectations. A bit of detail there. Phil, talk us through.
I'm not a biotechnical analyst, but I have followed this company for a while. I think it's a buy, and I'll put it in layperson's terms why I think it's a buy. Firstly, people like Laura, who you mentioned, and her colleagues, her peers, have a price target on Telix more than twice the share price, around $22. So the professionals in the biotech space, I am not one, think this is a storm in a teacup. In layperson terms, last year there was today's positive announcement regarding a drug, Telix 591, and there's a related one, 592, was the subject of an SEC inquiry saying, hey, you might be spruiking this drug and where it's at in terms of FDA approval a little bit too aggressively. Can we get some more information, please? No allegations, just request more information. That was around September, October. You can see share price has fallen since then. The short position the stock has built up since then. It's now it's the fourth most shorted stock. Actually, the third most shorted stock on the ASX, almost 14% short. Kind of started around October, November last year. A lot to do with this drug. Off the back of that, a class action has been announced in the US, although again, limited information. What's the class action about? Who's lost money? Today, one of the drugs in question had some positive data release regarding its progress in the FDA. It's actually moved forward. So, hey, maybe the drug will work and maybe this is all storm in a teacup. The SEC has not been back to Telix. So if it comes to fruition, which is my view, non-specialist in the area, that storm in the teacup, a little bit of a delay, back on track, this drug will work eventually. That short position is going to cover. $11 becomes $22, probably where analysts should be. I actually do think that'll play out within the next 3 to 6 months, maybe longer. But I think Telix is good buying at this level. Today's announcement highlights that one of the key problems that the company's had in the past 6 months, probably back on track with a bit of a delay. So I'll call a Telix a buy, a non-technical person having a view on a biotech stock.
You're not totally convinced though, are you? You think it's a buy, but you're not.
That was a positive announcement today.
Yeah.
The reason it's a big short position, like the third most shorted. So someone may know something I don't. One of the issues I think surrounding the short, or that coincides with the short increase, was this particular drug. And today's data doesn't guarantee permanent FDA approval.
Yep.
It's a step in the right direction.
Rudy?
My story gets even better.
Oh,
Some of the analysts actually have a price target 3 times today's price. And that's where the share price was. If you look at the chart that we just showed, that was where the share price was. So in general terms, I'm just like Phil. I mean, I have no idea about the details. I mean, I'm not a medicine guy, but I know a few things about how the market operates and stuff like that. This market is extremely momentum driven. So this company is widely regarded by people who do cover biotechs in Australia as one of the better ones, the one that has all else being equal, most likely a very profitable future. It's not at the moment, but it has all the prospects. You look at the share price and you know where it comes from, then you can almost wonder like, wow, I mean, basically everything was priced out post 2024. I'm on the same level as Phil is. I think it's a buy on the principle that they will start generating positive news at some point, even through their own actions or through trials or through the FDA or through new markets they can come in, etc., etc. When and how and exactly that's gonna unfold, I don't know, but there's a big difference between the share price being close to $30 and just above 10. And on that basis, I think I mean, I'm not a big fan of owning small cap biotechs for the reason that what we see sometimes in those share price, they can literally have a wild equity experience. But in this case, I think given the history, management, the product they have, and the potential, I think anywhere near this share price, I think for those who can be patient, it's a buy.
Well, that goes straight to the investment committee for consideration.
Already, we've just started.
You have. You got off on the right foot there. Let's see if that continues in the course of the show, but that is a double buy then for our stock of the day, Telix Pharmaceuticals.
The stock of the day was brought to you by IG. Trade over 12,000 shares and ETFs, including major tech giants with extended hours on an award-winning platform. Get started at IG.com.